Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Life West podcast. This is Dr. Ron Oberstein. We're so happy that you joined us today. And our guest today is to get to know people around campus. He's been in the college with the college for many, many years. He's a graduate of the college, actually. He's our Dean of Clinical Education, and it is Dr. Bruce Chester. Welcome to the podcast, Dr. Bruce. How are you?
Hi, thanks for having me.
That's great to have you. Hey, so let's get into it because we want to. This podcast gets disseminated internally to all of our internal stakeholders and stuff like that. Why don't you share with everybody, what you're doing in your position in the clinic?
Well, as Dean of Competency here in the clinic, my job really is to assess competency for the entering interns, and we test also the exiting interns with what we call the ICE exams. And those are intern competency exams that test competence. And also on the way out, the ICE exam is a part 4 mirror imaged exam, which really helps them be more successful in their part 4s.
Nice. And the competencies are all based around our interns. For those who don't know what a competency is for our staff and people, it's really about testing them for their knowledge of what they know and what they're supposed to know, correct?
Yes, Doc, that's exactly what it is.
Perfect. So, and that's a big job, obviously. You're testing students every quarter, multiple tests probably, people leaving, people coming in, people in mids. That's great. And thank you for doing it. I know it's a village, right, that does this?
Yes, it is. It's, I had the job when I first entered the college and started working for the college in 1992. My first 7 years I was director of this position. Then I moved into the dean's office as associate dean, then on to technique chair for 12 years, then back into the clinic the past 7 years as dean of competency. So that's my history with the college.
I love it. And tell me, what's the vibe? You loving it, or are you tired?
The vibe is fantastic. We had a bit of a rough patch maybe 2-3 years ago, but with the addition of Dr. Donaldson, the vibe is excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah.
He's been a great leader, and this is the place to be. It really is.
Yeah,
students will be here. It's been fun. It has its days like anything, but students love it. It's great.
I love it. I love it. You love it. That's the most important. And I know that vibe up there is humming because the students, when I first got to the campus, and I want to kick it back not 2 or 3 years ago, but like 4 years ago. And when I first got to the campus, students were like, in sixth quarter, they were around the water cooler dreading going to clinic. And that was like our capstone, right? It's like, this should be the best time of their life, right? And I think it is getting there. And it's definitely, the things we're hearing from students are just incredible. Bruce, share with us this, and thank you for all you're doing in the clinic, but share with us, like, how you got into chiropractic. I don't know the whole story, but, you started chiropractic school. Where are you from? Let us know.
I'm from East Coast, Maryland. Grew up pretty much halfway between Philadelphia and Baltimore.
Are you an Oriole fan or are you a Phillies fan? Like what?
I'm probably an Orioles fan.
How about Eagles or Ravens or Colts?
Steelers fan.
No allegiance on these.
The Colts snuck out in the middle of the night, so I have no affinity for them.
There you go. And so good. So you grew up in Maryland and then came to chiropractic. Came here, right? Life West.
Yeah. Well, what happened? I went to school in Philadelphia, Westchester. It was a state teachers college back then. It's a university now. But I was going on to be an athlete, and I played soccer. My degree was in physical education, but I came out of school and didn't want to work in the Philly system for $12,000 a year. So I wandered around. I started my own little business, but eventually went back to school to become a physical therapist. And during my training to be a physical therapist, my wife had a back issue. She was from California, and me from the East Coast. And I said, well, what do you want to do here? Because she couldn't walk. I came home one night. She was 7 months pregnant. I was taking a course from a chiropractor in allied health, an allied health course. She goes, let's go see the chiropractor. I literally carried her, put her in the car. We drove to his office. We put her in a wheelchair, took her into the office. You put her down on a high-low, did an activator, and 25 minutes, 30 minutes later, it came up and she walked away.
Yeah.
And I had never seen anything like that in my life. And pretty much a year from that date, I had explored quite a few colleges, came out, interviewed with Palmer. But the minute I walked on the Life West campus, I knew that was my home. Really, within 10 minutes, I knew I was going to be here. That was 1988. And dropped out of PT school.
Signed, sealed? Signed, sealed?
It was unavoidable. Unavoidable.
Yep.
And, I had a great academic life as a chiropractic student. One of the things I think really helped me is I became good friends with Dan Murphy. We're the same age, have kids the same age. And when I worked with him from day one, first quarter, and for the next 9 years after I graduated, and worked with the college, worked with Dan part-time, learned a lot. But Dan retired. I moved into Hayward, opened up a private practice. It's relatively close to the college. It made it really easy to see patients.
And still taught and still did it.
With my sports background, wanted to be an athlete. And 8 years ago, this thing came to me from the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's contacted me and asked, came and interviewed and asked me if I would be their chiropractor. And I said yes, and that's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
It's great. So listen, I know that because we have so many students who are interested in sports and how do you get on with teams and doing stuff like that. I mean, you've got a wealth of information working for a team. We'll have to get a time that we can be able to have you like after school one day,
Sure.
do a talk for those students who are interested in doing that. Or the Business Institute could be a really good thing too, a good model to go through. That's so cool. And I know you got kids and you've got, you got family all over the country. You got a daughter in upstate New York, right?
New York, yeah. Troy, New York.
Yeah, Troy, New York. Helena of Troy, right? I don't know what her name is, but
yeah.
but it's so cool. What's that?
Carly. She's Carly of Troy.
Carly of Troy. I like that. And Bruce, I think with what you bring to the college and for all of the people who don't know you, you're located upstairs in the health.
In the academic wing. So if you come upstairs, come up the front stairs, hang a right, and first door on your left, come down the hall. On the second door on the right. Last door on the right is Dr. Donaldson. And so that's the administrative wing of the clinic. I met with the incoming class yesterday, and one of those things is we have an open door policy. So, you don't have to be entering clinic to come up and meet us and talk to us.
Good. That's awesome. And I got to tell you something. I'm up in that hallway quite a bit. I've never walked down that hallway when you were there where you had your door closed. Your door is always open. So please, for our students or any other employees, or if there's a question that you might have, please go visit Dr. Chester upstairs. Go in the staircase at the clinic entrance area. Go upstairs, hang a right and a quick left, and second door on the right side, and he's right there. So, Bruce, thank you for sharing who you are. Thank you for sharing your stories, and thank you for all you do for the college. And I want to personally thank you for never leaving the college because, obviously you graduated years ago and you're still here. So thank you for that. Okay. For all of our listeners, I want to thank you for tuning in today. And I want to, welcome you to keep listening to these podcasts, get to know who the people at the college are, go and meet them. We are a small community and it gives you the affordability and the opportunity to do that. So please do that and just keep remembering to love those people around you, live your life from above down, inside out, and keep spreading the chiropractic message, okay? Until I come back at you for our next podcast, keep yourself going strong and just know that we love and appreciate you. Until the next time, see you later.